When I started doing Firebrand, I didn't check to see if anybody was using the name before me because it didn't seem like a common name, so why would I bother? Little did I know that there were like 5 other artists that were using it before me, and there would still be more since then. Plus, I learned early on that nobody was going to find me by typing Firebrand into Google. Now, anybody who knows me knows my inspiration behind the name Firebrand, and with such a personal connection that I have to the name, I wanted to keep it as much as possible. But again, an alternative spelling was called for if I was going to get out of this relative obscurity that I was finding myself in. So I decided to go with kind of a old European style of spelling it. That, along with the logo restructure, felt appropriate because it would have been another thing to mark a new era for Firebrand, just like how every now and again bands will restructure their logos to keep things visually fresh as well as sonically fresh as they get ready to release a new album or what have you. And considering the fact that that was about around this time for Firebrand, we've been using about around the same visuals for the last 4 years, give or take, it just felt like that also would have been a good thing to do, all things considered. So everybody's going to be asking, Josiah, what about new music? You put one song out in 2022 and we've been curious ever since. What are your plans going forward from there? Well, you'd be happy to know that the new Firebrand album is done. The big reason for such a long period of silence and lack of release was because in the past I've gotten things released as I got them done, and I had a nasty habit of setting a deadline and release date, and then working from there when honestly life would inevitably happen and I would find myself with very little time to spare between the deadline that I set and getting the project done, whether it be a song, a video, or what have you, and it would leave me with less than satisfying results, at least as far as what I know I'm capable of. I knew in the back of my mind that record labels make it to where their artists have everything done before we ever see the first single from new material from an artist. All of the albums, the artwork, the songs, the videos, everything, even the next tour or even 2 tours are planned out years in advance before we're ever seeing it. And I thought to myself, they do that, but artists have these deadlines imposed on them by record labels when I have the total freedom to choose whenever I get this stuff done. And then I have the freedom to work ahead at my own pace, so why not do that? It'd be a lot better than stressing myself out on a self-imposed deadline that nobody's gonna whip me for if I don't make it. So the release schedule is gonna look something like this. The first in a sequence of new singles to be released will come out in March of 2023. A little while after that song and its video are released, then I'm going to announce the name of the new album and its artwork and start an aggressive pre-order campaign. From there, there's going to be 3 more singles released before the album's launch in late September of 2023. I mean, it's no surprise when a metal band says that their next release is going to be heavier than anything that they've ever done, and certainly it's the case for this record as well, although it doesn't just stop at being heavier. What you can expect from the next Firebrand release is also more experimental synth choices, along with programming and sampling and sound design that will texturize these songs in a unique industrial way. And at the same time, lyrically speaking, of course they're going to be biblically based, as all Firebrand songs are, and I've said it in interviews leading up to this point, this album I knew from the beginning was going to be a sequel to Beat the Machine in a way where it kind of is the other side to the same coin. Whereas Beat the Machine was very internal focused and it talked a lot about subjects where we can guard our hearts above all else, as it says in Proverbs. This album is going to be more external, and rather than be on the defensive, it's going to be on the offensive. I guess if it would be summed up in a verse, it would be, "And the God of peace will soon crush Satan under your feet." But that is why I changed my name. These are my goals for the next era of Firebrand, and a roadmap for what you can expect the next 9 months at this point to look like going forward from here. I also plan on trying to do monthly videos documenting my journey, as well as some of my thoughts on what I learned in the creative process, and talking about some topics that I tackle in my songs in this upcoming record, breaking down the lyrics and the concepts and so forth. If you're interested, be sure to hit the like button on this video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss any of those videos, as well as not missing any of video uploads such as new releases or music videos, because they're all going to be coming to you in spades. Also, if you want to support me, a good way of doing that is going to my Patreon, and that will be for $10 a month for you to be able to get behind the scenes access, early access to releases, previews. You get to see demos and progress of songs that I'm working on, and you get digital downloads of my singles and my albums at absolutely no extra charge. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, Firebrand out.